can't keep up with your style. I can't keep up with your
Alright guys, not used to doing a solo video, but I'm gonna make one real quick here. So I'm gonna be analyzing this No Man's Sky Next trailer. It just came out. It doesn't give me a time. Not that long ago. 14 minutes ago. There you go. So there's some pretty interesting details in here. I think a lot of it looks like the game is going to be a little more interesting. I'm just going to say that. Leave it at that. Let's get into it. Alright, this is from one of their old trailers, I think, but they tend to put that in there. Alright, right off the bat. Okay, so there's multiplayer. That's not evident by, you know, the other people, then whatever. Also, a lot of people complain about like the plants and animals not looking that much different. That plant life looks pretty different to me as far as what I've seen in the past. So like I'm looking forward to it. I want to see more variety in our plant and animal life, and I don't recognize those plants from anywhere I've been before. And this is not a war game, but we'll probably have a video or two on the channel of it, just because it's a game I enjoy, and I know Cam has it. He's looking forward to the update as well. Another interesting thing is it looks like there's underwater bases, which there have been bases that would generate under the water before, or like I guess points of interest you would call them, not bases. But that looks a little different from what we've seen in the past. I don't know if it's going to be like an underwater specific like point of interest, or maybe that's a player base. I can't really tell. But it looks like underwater infrastructure is a thing now. Let's keep going. Yep, No Man's Sky Next. It looks really nice. I don't know if they've done a little bit of improvements to the underwater, but that never looked really good. Alright, let's go back and we'll take this one cutscene at a time if I can get them, because they flash really quickly. Okay, yeah, I don't recognize that, but maybe I just haven't explored enough. That looks new as far as the different parts of the animal being procedural. Oh, there we go. Alright, there's a portal. Another interesting thing is all of the players I've seen have these little backpacks on, and you know, there's two of them with like a suit, but then there's this one with he's like an alien. I don't know if you're gonna be able to like customize your character or not. That's all speculation to me, but it looks like it. I don't know. I mean, they all have the backpack on and they're, you know, walking around together, but one of them's an alien. Unless you can like hire like AI to go with you, I don't really know. Alright, so here, this is a really cool scene. I mean, there's nothing too significant about it other than maybe, I don't know, the graphics look a little better than they were before, and like the ship detailing they're a little more like detailed. I don't know, there's like grime and stuff on the front of that one. I don't know if you can see that. And maybe because I play on the PS4, they don't have as good of graphics, because, you know, PC Master Race, but overall, I think it looks a little better than what it looks like now. I'll have to go back, I'll have to revisit it before the update comes out, just so I can compare a little bit. And it's also kind of cool, because you got similar ship designs, but they're different, and they're all like lined up. I just like it. It looks cool. Let's keep going. Yeah, okay. So, I'm pretty sure that's a player, and that's an alien right in the middle of the screen there. So I don't know, I'm guessing you can like customize your character. That would be my guess. That looks like new base parts, but I could be wrong. Or maybe just new base textures, who knows. Alright, more brief cutscenes. Let's try and analyze these a little bit. Alright, okay, yeah, that's an underwater base. You can see like the little, tunnel, not tunnels, but, you know, hallways and such. And that's one of the glass biodomes. That's a door. Yeah, that's an underwater base. That's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. That's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Where else? Cutscene. There's another one right here. See if I can grab it. Yeah. Okay. Floaty things. That's cool. I don't know the importance of the floaty things, but it's new. There have been floating things in the past, but I haven't seen any that look like that. Looks like you could paint your rover, because that looks painted. I don't know if you could do that before. I haven't delved too much into the base building and such in my games. I've always just kind of flown around and such. Yeah, that looks like new base parts. Either that or it's like a new monument or whatever. There was one more. I want to catch it. No. I can see it on the timeline, but I can't actually get it. There we go. Nope. There we go, right here. That's a pretty big base. I mean, it extends way over there. There always used to be a limitation on how big you could make your base. I'm guessing they're still going to... That looks like a new part. I don't recognize that part. There's always been like a limit on how big you could make your base, but that looks bigger. Like, goes way up here. That looks bigger than what the base limitation was before. I don't know if they've expanded that at all, but that's pretty interesting. Alright, that looks like a new base part. Alright, yeah, the flight is still a little wonky, judging by the trailer. I don't... It's alright though. Alright, more little cutscenes. Let's go. Those are really quick, so I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get them. That's a pretty barren planet. I like their terrain generation. It looks improved over what it was before. There's definite like detailing in the terrain. It doesn't just look flat and then you get closer to it and it generates a mountain. You can see far beyond. Also, the atmospheric graphics look phenomenal now. There's like, you can actually tell what's a cloud and what's not now. I want to go back. You could see really well in one of these scenes right here. That looks great. It's fantastic. They're just like, you can tell they have depth, and you can tell, you know, you can actually define the shape of the cloud. Like, you could never do that before, and now you can see just the depth and detail they've put into the atmospheric rendering. I like it. It's really cool. Move forward here. Alright, so that was a space battle. Oop, okay. Yeah, that was a space battle. Because it was so brief, I'm not going to be able to pick it out of the timeline, but whatever. Alright, going through the atmosphere. That's pretty cool. I like that. Ring planet. As far as I know, that's new. I have never seen a ring planet, but I love it. It looks really good. But unless the ring is in like a weird position, that ring should like kind of block out the top of the atmosphere. Whatever, I'm being particular, but it looks so good, and like the shadow on the ring, it just, oh, I love it. Okay, there's a freighter. Let's keep going. Now, I don't know what the significance of you leaving a planet and immediately a fleet of like ships and corvettes and whatever appears. I don't know if you can like command like entire like fleets of freighters and cruisers and corvettes and whatever now. I don't know if that's a new feature or not, but there's a spot later in the video that I find interesting. I don't know what the significance of that spot is, but I can speculate all I want. It's my video. Alright. Atmospheric conditions. This is looks like a sandstorm or whatever. Heat storm, depending on the planet. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty good. It turns a little cartoonish though. Like if you look at it, it looks like something you would see in like one of the cartoony games where the graphics aren't the most important feature of it, you know. See how it's like distorted and whatever. It's alright. Some people might like it. I don't in particular, but this looks like a group raid on a freighter. That will be fun. I'm looking forward to that. But well, the more significant things is looking down at this planet from above. Before, it would just be like if there was water on it, there'd be splotches of blue everywhere, and there'd be splotches of land everywhere, and you could go towards one of the splotches of blue and find a tiny little puddle, even though it was like the size of a lake from space. I'm judging by this. I'm hoping that that has been improved a little bit, because you can see like this river here and another little bit here. You can tell like the depth from space. You can tell the depth of the surface of the planet and such. That was another feature that was really missing from previous updates, was being able to look at the surface of a planet and actually tell where the features were and what they were. You couldn't really do that because of the way they generated. I'm hoping that they made it a little sharper so you can tell, you know, like without having to fly all the way down to the surface of the planet, you can tell where some of the features are. Like for example, this crater would never showed up in previous things. I'm hoping that it's a little, the space render is a little more accurate to the planet render on the surface now. That's something I'm hoping for. Alright, let's continue. Yep, space battle, looks cool. Alright, yeah, here's this particular scene I find really interesting. Unless this is like a sentinel patrol, like maybe they've added like patrols where there's like big sentinel like robots, I guess you would call them. I don't know if they're alive or robots. I haven't really delved too much into the lore of the game. I just like looking around. But he's walking with the sentinels, and normally those sentinels only deploy if like you aggro them, like you make them super aggressive and you blow up a bunch of them and you let them know where you are and stuff. Then they'll start sending the big stuff. But they're here and he didn't do anything, so I don't know what's happening here, but it's an interesting new feature. I look forward to finding out what it is. Let's keep going. Alright, there it is again. Alien with backpack. I don't know, I hope you can like customize your character. That'd be kind of cool. I'm hoping that's a feature. But I have no idea if that is, but it looks like it, because so far all the players I've seen have had the backpack, and you know, they've been going around together and whatever. But you know, there's been aliens in there, so I don't know if like it's an AI you can hire to follow you, whatever. I don't know. I'm hoping it's character customization, because that'd be cool. And the rest of this little clip is what I find interesting, so I'll go into that. Go out a little farther. Alright, so let's go a little farther for size comparison. Alright, it's a little bright. Let's move it back just a teeny bit there. Okay, this is a small size freighter. It's not one of the big ones, but it's got like a hangar bay, you know, so it's like a freighter that you could go on before. This is like one of the smaller ships that in the past you've not been able to do anything with, but you'll notice they were in like an airlock. And I don't know if you can purchase these now. That'd be really cool, because before it'd be like fighters, and you know, you'd get up into like a few million whatever. but these bigger freighters were super expensive. There was no middle ground. I'm hoping that these little smaller, guess you could call them Corvettes, are like a middle ground. Oh, didn't load in time. Okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Alright. I need to get this one particular spot where you can see... nope. There, right there. It's got like a landing platform. That's really cool. In the past, you've never gone out in space. Like, as a player, you've never been able to get out into space. That is clearly in space, and so if you land there, you gotta... That looks like a ladder or whatever. Not ladder. Stairwell up into this little catwalk area. You're in space. You're in the vacuum of space. I don't know. I'm hoping that's a new feature. That'd be cool if you could just like float out into space and like jetpack around the ship and whatever. That'd be cool. Alright. Playing through the ends and YouTube being down. Because I've been jumping around. It doesn't like it. No Man's Sky. Blah 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 blah. Alright, I'm really looking forward to this update. There's been, just judging from what I've seen, there's been a lot of new additions to the game. I'm hoping that other people will give it a shot. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, the game's bad, game's bad. If they keep adding improvements and adding the stuff that you complain about, wouldn't the game become good? I don't know, maybe that's just me. Alright, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Hopefully, once this update's out, I will be publishing a couple videos. It might take a little longer than my average videos, and it might be less edited simply because transferring videos from the PlayStation to my computer is not fun. But I'll do it. I'll upload a few video clips.